All right.
What's up? What's up?
How's it going?
Going pretty well for me, man. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Having a great old day.
Good. Still rocking the fedora, I see.
Of course. Trying to keep all of that hair in there.
Yeah. It's not picking up a new one.
Not yet. Nope. But it's the holiday season. You never know.
Ah, I see. Might be gifted one, so better to hold off.
Yeah. Yep. Well, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Babyface Breakdown, a weekly show where we just do what we do, which is whatever we do. As long as it's wrestling related, we can get off topic a lot too.
Talk about wrestling. Be controversial. Talk about toys, which we'll be doing some of that this go around.
Yep. And as always, I'm Big Bubba Brogdon.
I am Boosh Dingo, the Luchador.
Yep, because I make sure you remember that you put that in there. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that.
Well, yeah. Crack open some bubbly here.
I got my jar of peanut butter.
Yeah, my trademark bubbly. Your trademark jar of peanut butter.
I just have whatever.
So it's been peanut butter, a jar of peanut butter. 2 weeks ago it was club soda.
And last week, secretly, it was Takis.
Cool. Secretly.
Yeah, secretly.
Couldn't let the world know about your Takis.
So I got a jar of peanut butter and my spoon because I eat peanut butter out of the jar.
You got something to wash that down with?
A little bit of water.
Man, you're brave.
Yeah, I could eat crunchy peanut butter out of the jar. I can't eat creamy all the way, but I like peanut butter.
Just gonna talk for a couple of hours while eating peanut butter with nothing to wash it down with.
No milk, no water, just straight. Oh yeah, man. Right.
Oh. Well, good stuff, man. I guess
already off to a great start.
Yeah, as usual. So we can jump into some wrestling. Fairly slow week in my estimation. Not really a whole lot. I'm sure there's probably a lot happening, but not really a whole lot worth talking about. So.
I mean, we could talk about just the news. We got the news. Are you just saying the wrestling news is slow? Because I can, sure enough, talk a hell of a lot about the Royal Rumble and the first entrant.
Yeah, I guess more so referring to just the weekly episodic, wrestling shows. As far as like anything, of note. I mean, there's a few things, to talk about, but didn't have any pay-per-views, so I guess that kind of slows things down a bit, and even just the general news, I don't know, seemed a bit slow to me. But yeah, I mean, we can run down the week real quick from like the episodes. I did not watch any WWE this week. No Raw, no SmackDown. The only thing that really kind of popped up in my feed that I caught that seemed a bit interesting was Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, coming out to the ring wearing Becky's lingerie. Apparently, that was it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, it was.
We've just kind of been in this weird phase for the last week or two of like very questionable attire choices. You know, we had what's his name? Scripps, you know, making his debut in NXT with his costume. We had Sammy Guevara that we will not get into with his weird outfit. And now we've got Seth Rollins wearing women's lingerie on Raw. What's up with that?
All I know is better than whatever Quincy Elliott does.
I think all of that would fall in the category of better than Quincy Elliott.
If we did a tier list, Quincy Elliott would be at the bottom.
That's not really saying a lot, though. You know, sets that bar pretty low. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I did catch NXT, but main roster. That was really all that kind of jumped out at me. You have anything, you know, worth mentioning from the main roster this week?
Well, I've got some things. We can start off with Raw. Always start off with Raw. That being said, between you know, the whole Uso thing with Sammy after War Games and with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens coming out and telling Sammy that he doesn't need him anymore.
Yeah, I did. I guess I did. Now that you mentioned it, I did see the clip of Rollins talking to the Bloodline, telling Sammy that he was done with him, didn't want to have anything to do with him. Say it again.
Rollins?
Kevin Owens, man. It's the women's lingerie. I've still got Rollins on the mind. I just can't.
Just got a picture up at night. You're like,
yeah. It's the Wolverine meme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, just to kind of jump to something I'm sure we'll talk about later, but William Regal stroking the new AEW championship. It's like that's how I treat the picture of Rollins from Raw. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that title later on.
Kevin Owens. I did see him come out and tell Sammy that he was done with him, did not want to have anything else to do with him. And Sammy, you know, kind of relayed that same sentiment back to Kevin Owens, saying that he wanted nothing to do with him. I guess it was Jay said to Kevin Owens if he had a problem with Sammy, he had a problem with him. And so I guess that's setting up Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso.
I mean, Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso already happened on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, well, yeah, that set up that match.
Yeah, it set up the match. I believe it might have main evented or it happened right after the segment. But Kevin Owens ended up beating Jey Uso via pinfall by a stunner.
Okay. What was it? Did you see the match? Was it a good match?
It was okay. It's a mid-card match, basically.
Cool.
In the main event style. None of the matches on Raw were superior. So.
Cool. Well, what else? What else went down on Raw?
The return of the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah. I guess I did see a little bit about that as well. Is it Gable and Otis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, confronting them. Did they have a match?
They did. Profits ended up winning, of course.
Of course. Was that at least a good match?
It gave me more of like a Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant feel when Montez Ford power slammed Otis.
Oh yeah. I did see that clip. Yeah.
Cool. Ford weighs basically maybe a little less than 100 pounds less than Otis, but that's still a great accomplishment for a human being to power slam 300 pounds. Yeah.
It's still impressive. I couldn't do it.
I'd have trouble getting over my shoulder, let alone running it down to the ground.
Yeah. I know many of you will find that hard to believe that I couldn't body slam Otis. That'll come as a shock, I'm sure.
Oh wow, no, Mr. Strongman.
The luchador couldn't body slam Otis. Big surprise.
I mean, someone body slamming me like as a normal sized person.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a normal sized person. I'm like 250 pounds, but like someone body slamming me would probably be like that'd be a strong person.
Oh yeah, yeah. I couldn't body slam myself. I've tried.
You just try to pick yourself up over your own shoulder. It just
Yeah.
creates a black hole effect.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
We also had Dexter Lumis versus The Miz in an anything goes match. For Dexter to win, he will get a WWE contract. If The Miz wins, Dexter Lumis does not have a contract and can never be on WWE again.
Okay, well, I didn't know that Dexter Lumis wasn't under contract. That's weird. I guess second thought is we pretty much know how that match is going to end, right?
Yeah, Lumis ended up winning.
Yeah, that's a giveaway.
Yeah. We also had Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai. We had Candice LeRae beat Dakota Kai of Damage Control. And well, that was a mid-card match. It was okay.
Candice LeRae, I was a much bigger fan of her prior to WWE. I'm not very surprised that, her time in WWE has not really been that interesting to me.
Not yet.
A lot of what made her entertaining and interesting prior to WWE, she's not allowed to even touch those things in WWE. So I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. And when we had some OC Judgment Day stuff, but it's getting a little boring for me.
Yeah, getting a little stale. I guess I don't think we talked about that's not last week, but I think the week before. Did you see Dominic and Rhea Ripley show up at Rey Mysterio's house?
I think we did talk about that.
Did we?
I don't recall if we did or
not. That was a pretty cool. I wish I enjoyed Dominic more than I do.
Again, he just needs a little bit more work.
He does, but some of the, I guess, the heel moves that he's been making, the Eddie Guerrero references, the turning on his dad, the showing up at the house and attacking him, like some of that's good heel stuff. I just wish he was a bit more likable.
Yeah.
I guess in terms of just being better in the ring, and more enjoyable to watch perform. Not really supposed to like the guy, so I guess he's successful in that regard. But yeah, I just when I enjoy some of that stuff, but when he wrestles, it's not very entertaining.
Yeah, I get that. That's all the Raw news that we had. We did have some SmackDown stuff too, which my prediction was wrong for the finals in the World Cup.
Yeah. So what was your prediction, and what did it end up being?
Well, my prediction originally was it'd be Ricochet versus Santos Escobar, which it was, and that Santos Escobar would end up winning and face Imperium and face this whole Legado del Fantasma versus Imperium stuff. But that's not what happened.
So what did happen?
Ricochet ended up beating Santos Escobar in a kind of homage to their time in Lucha Underground when they were Prince Puma and King Cuerno.
Yeah.
I mean, Santos Escobar even did the whole arrow trick.
Oh, nice.
Which was cool and nostalgic.
Yeah, it's a shame that I forgot that match was going down. I'll have to make it a point to watch that. Was it a good match?
Oh, it was a terrific match.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they did better in Lucha Underground, but this was a great match.
Okay. I'll make it a point to watch that in the next day or two.
Yeah. But no, Ricochet ends up winning and will face Gunther for the Intercontinental title either on next week's SmackDown or this week's SmackDown, I would say, or at the pay-per-view coming up, which I think is TLC.
Okay.
But I skipped over the rest of the matches. So the first match we had tonight was Sami Zayn versus Sheamus.
And you passed on that one?
Yeah, but I shouldn't have, because I thought the result was Sheamus was going to beat Sami Zayn. No, Sami Zayn beat Sheamus.
Okay.
Not clean, though.
Okay.
Because, of course, the Usos got involved.
Yeah.
As the Usos do.
Cool.
There was another match that I skipped, which was Shayna Baszler versus Emma. Emma can't catch a break.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. She's great, and I think, I mean, if recent weeks is any indication, it seems like WWE is pretty set on just using her as enhancement talent. We'll see, if she's able to turn that around, but
because right now she's like 0-3 in her return. Hopefully she doesn't. I like the gimmick, but hopefully she doesn't get the old Kurt Hawkins gimmick of the loser.
Yeah. Emma deserves better than that. She's really top tier talent, in my opinion. She was treated very well in Impact. I think her time there was good. She got lots of TV time. She put on some good matches. She was a champion there. So I hated to see her go, because I feel like that's probably the best that she's been treated anywhere she's been. I was hopeful with her coming back to WWE, but like I said, if recent weeks are any indication, it doesn't look too good for her.
Yeah. And I did do some research, and I remembered that Emma's last match was against Asuka at a pay-per-view. I forget if it was Extreme Rules or TLC, but it was at a pay-per-view against Asuka. So that was Emma's last match prior to being fired, and then came back to face Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the winner was Shayna Baszler via disqualification. So not disqualification, submission.
Oh, and I could have guessed that Baszler was going to come out on top there.
Yeah, I like the team up between Baszler and Rousey.
Yeah, I mean I haven't watched any of it for real, but being that they have a history, they probably have some good chemistry together.
I like it better, their team up, than Baszler and Jax. I was not a big fan of Nia Jax.
I don't think many people were.
Yeah. Let's see. Kofi Kingston is the first person declared to be in the Royal Rumble coming January 28th.
Okay.
So Kofi Kingston has declared he will be in the Royal Rumble.
Okay. And I'm sure he'll do one of his classic eliminated but not really eliminated spots.
I love those spots, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty entertaining. It's
they get crazier every year.
Yeah, and they're different every time, so it's just kind of become part of the, what will happen, how's he going to do it, type thing.
Yeah. Kind of like how Naomi does it in the Women's Rumble.
Yeah.
If she'll even show up for the Women's Rumble, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Her and Sasha, I see a lot of, I'll go a few days of seeing a lot of, Banks is on her way back to WWE, debuting anytime now, and then I'll go a few days of seeing, she's debuting on AEW this week. It's hard to know what's actually. I don't think anybody really knows. I don't even know if Sasha really knows, or Naomi.
Yeah. But anyway, Gunther came out, showed disregard to Kofi Kingston, and Kofi battled Gunther, and Gunther ended up winning.
Cool.
And then after the match, Braun Strowman came down to ringside to attack Imperium, and says that Braun Strowman and Braun Strowman said his classic line, "You're going to get these hands," and that he'll come after Gunther.
Did he do this when he said it?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I just do it because he did it. We had a segment from Karrion Kross, aka Killer Kross, because it's a cooler name.
Yep, can't say killer though.
Nope. And so he has a new target on his mind whenever he returns, he's going after Rey Mysterio.
I don't know, man.
I feel like Rey's just getting bombarded. I don't think they're giving him anything major.
Well, and I mean, likewise, Karrion Kross. I think, whenever they brought him back in, I was hopeful that they were gonna bump him up the card pretty quick and put him up there at the top.
Yeah, world title picture.
Yeah, and Rey Mysterio is not to be discounted. He's one of the greats. But his current run, I mean, he's just kind of, in my view, kind of riding the clock and collecting a check. So I don't know how much that benefits Karrion Kross to be in a program with him.
Right.
Because I'm sure Ray will probably come out on top of that.
Maybe, yeah. Or Kross will just get square and want to get on Mysterio after the match if he loses or wins, and just says the whole TikTok thing and moves on to the next guy.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Bray Wyatt cutting a promo about LA Knight, so that feud's still going on, saying that he didn't attack LA Knight, but something did.
Yeah, well, they've kind of implied that Bray did, but he didn't. He's a little off in the head. So maybe it was another persona, another personality of his that actually carried it out. Maybe it was Uncle Howdy or somebody
I don't think it's
affiliated with Bray.
I don't think it's Uncle Howdy.
Who knows, man? The rabbit, Rambling Rabbit, or I don't know, Mercy the Buzzard.
It just be yeah. And one of the biggest announcements, I was very shocked because I didn't think that. I'll just get into it. Tegan Nox returns to WWE to help out Liv Morgan against Damage Control.
Yeah. That's kind of a surprising move. I guess so. I like Tegan Nox. I was a fan of hers before she went to WWE. She was released, I guess, during kind of one of those rounds where they just released a bunch of people due to budget cuts. I think
budget cuts.
Yeah, well, I think in her case, they maybe were viewing her as a little bit injury prone. So that might be kind of the reason why she got lumped in with that and let go. But I don't know. That's just what I read online. Who knows? I don't see, if they really viewed her as injury prone, it wouldn't really make sense to let her go and then bring her back this soon. Because I don't know what would have really changed. If she was injury prone a year ago, she's probably still injury prone. But I mean, if she can, stay uninjured, stay in good health, she's a good performer, and she could go far with WWE, I think.
So I think that's all we have for WWE on that standpoint.
Yeah. I guess we can touch on NXT real quick. Did you watch NXT?
I watched the Axiom match. That was just about it.
That's all you really needed to see?
Yeah, that's all I really needed to see. That Axiom's always great.
Axiom is great. The rest of the show was pretty lackluster. It was kind of boring at times. Nothing really of note, nothing special. I mentioned last week, I believe, a guy, Javier Bernal, and his match this week was against Axiom. So it was Axiom versus Javier Bernal. Really good match. It was my first time seeing Bernal wrestle, and he impressed. Man, I thought it was a really good match. You know, I'm of course real big on Axiom. Everything I've seen from him has been just fantastic. So it'll be interesting to see Bernal, with some other opponents, just to see how good he really is. Because it's a dance, and having a good partner like Axiom, can make anybody look better than they may actually be. So it'll be interesting to, I've got my eyes on Bernal. So as of now, I would say I'm a fan. So, gotta be watching out for him in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of Bernal?
I don't think much of him.
No.
Like at all. Again, he's the guy that lost to the security guard.
Yeah. I mean, did you think he did good in the match against Axiom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like it wasn't all Axiom all the way. I thought it was also Bernal a lot of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem to both be putting on a good match. I don't know. Did you get a chance to catch any of his promo from the week before?
Yeah, I think so. The whole list,
the list,
the face.
Right.
I think we touched on that last week too.
Yeah.
So I had to go rewatch it. I was
like, it's so that was entertaining. So I mean, so far I see potential in the guy, as far as ring work and character work, promo work. So definitely be keeping my eyes on him. I'm not sold on him just yet, but he's got my attention. So, but yeah, that was about it for NXT. Nothing really else of note there. Did you catch any Impact?
No, not really. Saw Bully Ray attack some people and did his whole stuff about.
Yeah, I had mentioned before the Bully Ray storyline since his return was him. He returned for the gauntlet match, the Call Your Shot gauntlet match. He won that, so he gets to call his shot for the championship. He told Josh Alexander that he would let him know when he was coming and that he wanted to basically rewrite his legacy and Impact because he had done some bad things in the past, and this time he wanted to do things differently, be an upstanding guy. And of course, everybody from Moose to Tommy Dreamer to Josh Alexander were pretty much calling his bluff at every turn, saying that they don't believe him, they don't trust him. I think Tommy Dreamer finally came around and was trying to think better of Bully and trust him and believe that he was going to do things differently. We could all, anybody with any wrestling sense knew what was coming. We knew that Bully was just blowing smoke, and he showed his true colors at Overdrive. I think he attacked Josh Alexander's wife or something like that. Attacked Rich Swann, I guess, the week after with a chair. Got into it with Tommy Dreamer and D'Amore. Cut a promo. D'Amore was saying that he was a piece of crap, essentially, in a much harsher way. And Bully cut a promo saying that he agrees with him that he is a piece of crap. And yeah, that was a pretty satisfying storyline, even though there weren't any surprises there for anybody that knows wrestling, that knows Bully Ray. The writing was on the wall the entire time. Still entertaining though, and so it's Josh Alexander retained his championship against Kazarian, so he's still the champ. And I think the next program for him is going to be, working with Bully Ray. So I'm invested in that storyline. I'm interested in that storyline. I think that match could be a good match. So I'm down for that for sure.
That's at least some good news.
Yeah, and I mentioned last week the match with Sami Callihan and Eric Young. I told you a little bit about that. Callihan beat Young, left him bloodied in the ring. The rest of Violent by Design, Diener, Angels, and Khan came out to the ring. They're standing over Eric Young's body as he's covered in blood, and they're kind of looking at each other in slight confusion, a little bit of disappointment. They're looking down on Eric Young, and kind of the same deal, disappointment. So cut to this past week. There's a little vignette, and I think I might have sent you this on Instagram. So if you didn't,
I had watched it right before the podcast. I found that was interesting.
Very interesting. It reminded me a lot of Lucha Underground. So spoilers for anyone who didn't watch last week. They did a vignette with Diener and Eric Young sitting in some like little cell backstage area, something. I don't really know where they were at, but they're sitting at a table talking to one another, and Eric Young is talking about the sickness and how kind of what he taught Diener to weed out the sickness, and asked him if the sickness was in the room with him right now, if he would be able to do anything about it. Cuts to a shiv on the table. A shiv is a makeshift knife. So they get into a fight, and long story short, Diener apparently kills Eric Young. It was pretty awesome, man. It reminded me a lot of the Lucha Underground days. And I think you had just sent me maybe a day or so prior rumor, speculation that Eric Young might be on his way back to WWE. So
that's why I ultimately tied it to. I was like, oh my God, they killed off Eric Young. He's coming back to WWE. He has to.
Yeah. So that for me confirmed that rumor that he's going back to WWE. It reminded me a lot of Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground used to kill off wrestlers whenever their time would be up in the company. It's a very theatrical, element to the show that I really hope Impact does more of that. I know a few weeks prior they had a similar style vignette with PCO and Eddie Edwards. They drove to like a rock quarry or like a construction site or somewhere out in the middle of the night, and they fought. They went at it, and I think PCO or Edwards, one of them was trying to bash the other one's head in with a rock. I think ultimately Eddie Edwards knocked out PCO with a shovel and buried him. Now, your average man, I would say, they killed off PCO, but as you know, PCO could very well pop back up.
He's not the average man.
Right.
Be doing the Undertaker thing and just...
Yeah. So I really enjoy that Impact is taking up that flag and really kind of leaning more into that Lucha Underground style of just kind of the handling the show, treating it like a TV show. Let's
Yeah.
really go wild with the fact that this is a show. It's scripted and we can do whatever we want. So, so we got a comment. John says that they killed Dark Alley as well. I might have missed that. I don't remember how they handled Alley when she left the show. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I want to see more of that in Impact. I think that would serve them well to go that route.
Yeah, I'd very much love the whole killing off a character and they're just off the show. Does hurt sometimes when the character or like the guy wants to come back.
Yeah, I mean it has to. I'm sure they can. I mean, it's again, if we're treating it like true fantasy, true fiction, and taking liberties, you can come up with some sort of story as to how they are able to return. But yeah, I dig it, and I think that was great. Want to see more of that. I was, Eric Young was the leader of Violet by Design, and it's kind of hard before watching that vignette to think of one of the current members taking the leadership role. But after watching that video where Diener kills him, I think I could see Diener taking the lead and leading the faction from here on out.
Yeah. Well, I can too.
Yeah, it makes more sense than Angel or Khan, especially with those two guys being brand new. And it definitely makes a lot more sense than having some new member come in and take the lead. So I'm invested in that storyline too, man. I'm interested to see where they go from there. Yeah. I mean, you've got a guy on your roster that just killed a man, so I'm intrigued. I want to see. I want to see.
More.
Yeah, I want to see what happens with that guy. So,
like Dario Cueto, violence.
Yeah. So yeah, that I mean that pretty much wraps up Impact for real. The only other thing I got is AEW. I didn't watch any other wrestling last week, so
we need to talk about this new AEW World Championship.
Yeah. That's definitely something we're gonna have to talk about.
In my full-blown personal opinion, it looks like trash.
It does not look good. It doesn't.
It looks bad. I get it, MJF. He does the whole scarf with the designs and everything, and they want a custom belt.
Burberry.
Go.
Yeah. It's it reminds me, WWE did the same thing for a while. You had the Fiend when he became champion have his own belt, which looked kind of cool, I guess. I mean, cool for what it was. I didn't like it as it being the WWE Championship belt,
which I'm glad they did two separate belts.
Yeah, but then we had Daniel Bryan with his vegan belt.
See, that was interesting. That was actually pretty cool.
That was brilliant, and I actually liked the way the belt looked. It had a good design to it, and the storyline, like angle, the explanation of that belt, all of that was great. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah, this MJF title, man, it looks pretty rough.
Doesn't look good at all. No.
So yeah, how we got there, a couple weeks back, we had William Regal seemingly turn on his Combat Club, turn on Moxley. He slid the brass knuckles to MJF. MJF used them. He became the champion. Last week, we didn't really get much of an explanation. This week, we had Regal come out, introduce the championship. MJF cut a promo, kind of explaining what went down there. I did really, I mean, that was a good segment. It was really, really good. MJF, great heel, great talker. These things at this point really all go without saying. I did enjoy the part where he's reading the email that he got from Regal, and Regal was telling him not to use the diamond ring that he normally uses, but to instead use the brass ring, or reach for the brass ring. Um, that, of course, being a reference to the brass knuckles that he ended up using. And also a little bit of a reference to WWE. Of course, Vince McMahon, I think, is the one who famously kind of coined that terminology of reaching for the brass ring in wrestling. So, the reference there was pretty good. He's talking up Regal about how great Regal is, and then bashes him in the back of the head with the brass knucks. Great heel move. And, I think even Regal himself, if he were able to speak right now, would say, that's probably something that he would have done. It's a true villain move. So we have Regal laying still motionless in the ring for some time. EMTs come to the ring with stretchers, put him on the stretcher, carry him out to an ambulance, wheel Regal off. And apparently that is going to be the last we see of William Regal in AEW. Rumor has it he is on his way back to WWE as well.
Yep.
So, I of course, good segue from what we were just talking about. I don't think AEW will do this, but if they were to announce that William Regal is, a paraplegic, and can no longer leave his home, or he's dead or something crazy like that, that would be hilarious. But of course, that's not going to happen. They'll I guess I don't even know if they'll address it as far as mentioning him no longer being with the company. I don't know how they're going to handle that.
Yeah, they'll probably do the CM Punk way and just be quiet about it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect. But yeah, I mean, I know William Regal and Triple H are pretty close. I know Regal. I think it will probably end up being happier in WWE going back there. I was pretty shocked whenever WWE initially released him.
I was too.
Yeah. So not sure what happened there. Not sure exactly what's going on with him going back, but more power to him. I hope they, if he does go back to WWE, I hope they keep him off of commentary. I've had my fill of Regal on commentary. Dude's a weirdo who says some weird things.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good segment, man. I enjoyed that segment.
Well, you talked about the Dynamite Diamond ring, the ring that MJF wears.
Right.
Apparently, I think this is next Wednesday, or this Wednesday. Sorry, or Tuesday. I forget. Whenever Wednesday. Yes.
Yes, this coming Wednesday, Dynamite.
This coming Wednesday, Dynamite, December 7th. We'll have the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal to announce like a new Dynamite Diamond wearer, which MJF could go into it and keep the diamond. He's had it 3 years straight.
Yeah, he's the only person to have had it, right?
Right. And so 7 people have been announced into the match already. I know 4 of them? No. Yes? So it's Ricky Starks, Ethan Page, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy, Brian Cage, the fabulous Peacock guy. I forget what his name is, and someone else.
Oh, you're hurting my heart, man.
I'm sorry, I don't know his name.
That's Dalton Castle.
Is it Dalton Castle?
Dalton Castle, and you've got to, when you find some free time, man, you've got to dig into Dalton Castle. He is so phenomenally great, dude. He is awesome.
I've seen his picture in New Japan. I've never seen anything he's ever done.
Oh, I'm gonna round up some things for you. His time in Ring of Honor was fantastic. His gimmick is great. His promos are great. He's a little weird, but in a good way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. He's one of those guys, kind of like Roderick Strong, who is a smaller guy, but very, very powerful. He does a lot of those like power moves, lots of deadlifts and things of that nature. The guy is great, man. He's somebody that man, I'm so big on him, and I wondered for a while why WWE hadn't snatched him up, why AEW didn't snatch him up. He was Ring of Honor champion towards the end of Ring of Honor, and even when we eventually got Dalton Castle in Ring of Honor. I mean, in AEW.
AEW,
yeah. But it took a little bit longer than I would have. I mean, I would have snatched that guy up quick, Seeing guys like Orange Cassidy, be handed a contract before somebody like Dalton Castle is just, it's astounding to me. But yeah, big Dalton Castle fan, man. You gotta dig into him. Anyway, sorry to get off on a tangent there.
Yeah, I kind of shot you right in the heart with the "I don't know him, I don't care."
Yeah,
is he kind of thing?
Yeah. No, I really have faith that if you do some digging, watch some Dalton Castle, I think you'll become a fan too. He's great, man.
It could be very likely. It could be. What else was there? I think that's all I have, other than 2-1 right now for the best of 7 series for the Elite versus Death Triangle. Elite finally picking up a win.
Yeah, so the rest of Dynamite last week, I think that was the main event, if I'm not mistaken. Elite versus Death Triangle round 3. The Elite picked up a win, making it 2-1 in the best of 7 series. Again, match of the night. This is 3 matches that have all been extremely entertaining, good storytelling, good matches, new and fresh spots going on. Pretty surprised that I've seen this match now 3 times, and I'm still entertained, and I'm still calling it match of the night. Very good. Starting to see some inner turmoil between Death Triangle. They've had the ongoing kind of storyline where Pac broke down and used the hammer. Phoenix was not on board with it. Phoenix finally got on board, used the hammer to get a win. And then this week, it was Pentagon who was going to use the hammer, and Phoenix took it from him, stopped him from using it. Pentagon shoved Phoenix, causing Phoenix to take a super kick, I believe, or a knee. And I think that kind of threw him off, and is what ultimately led to the loss there. So there's some good storytelling going on there, some obvious inner turmoil. Phoenix, even though he broke down and used the hammer that one time, I think is not necessarily on board with having that become a reoccurring tactic. So there's some division going on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a great match. Yeah, AR Fox and Samoa Joe. That was a really good match.
Yes, AR Fox, another guy that showed up in Lucha Underground for a short time.
Yeah,
and runs the gym over. Well, I say runs, is one of the head coaches. I don't know if he runs or not in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's Mucha Lucha Atlanta, the company that I used to do some photography for. AR Fox was a regular there. I've seen that guy wrestle so many times it's not even funny. And he's really good. But AEW has officially signed him, so he's now officially on the roster. So another announcement from AEW is that they've signed Juice Robinson. and also Willow Nightingale. So that ever-growing AEW roster just got bigger, and for me, that's a bit of a problem. I've said for some time now that AEW's roster is too big. I think we even maybe had that conversation at one point.
We've had that talk a lot.
Yeah. The roster's too big, especially for featuring unsigned talent as they do on Dark and Dark Elevation. Just too many people to keep up with. Too many people on the roster. Now, I meant to do some digging before the show, and I didn't have time, but I'll get around to it. In the weeks to come. When I have some free time to kill. But I'd like to look into how many former AEW roster members there are, like people who have been let go from AEW. The only one that really comes to mind would be Marco Stunt. I know he was around. He's gone. Alan Angels. He was released. Joey Janela was released. Those are the few that come to mind. I'm sure there's probably some more, but still not enough, man. I would, I could probably. I'm not going to, but I could probably shoot off the top of my head about 20 or 30 people very quickly that I would just go ahead and cut and let go.
Yeah,
especially in a company that is called All Elite Wrestling. I thought the idea was that it was supposed to be the best of the best, the elite. And obviously some of the people on the roster are not best of the best. They're not elite. So I would trim some fat. But I mean, I think I don't know much about Willow Nightingale. I've seen maybe a match or two. I'm not impressed. Not really sure why she's there. Juice Robinson, I think, is a great pickup for them. He was recently in New Japan. That's where he's been the last few years. He was in NXT years ago. He got released from NXT, went straight to New Japan, and it did him well. Man, I liked his character. I liked his ring work in NXT. He still needed some work, obviously. That's why he was in NXT. But I was surprised that they let him go. But I think going to Japan really, really benefited him because I've kept an eye on him, and I've watched him really, really come into his own and really, really excel and get much better than what he was. And I think that's why AEW saw the same thing, and that's why they picked him up. So, yeah, it's a good acquisition there. The only other thing, from Dynamite was the Daniel Bryan Dax Harwood match, and that was just okay. It wasn't as good as I think it probably should have been for those two guys. I have a hard time seeing Dax Harwood as a singles competitor. To me, he really only works for me with Wheeler, or the FTR. They're a great tag team, one of the best tag teams in the world for sure. Him as a singles competitor just feels off. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I'd also like to point out you said Daniel Bryan again.
That's gonna happen.
It's hard. It's hard.
That's gonna happen. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's all the news that we have.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got, man.
I did want to bring up that we could be getting new WWE Tag Team Championship belts soon.
Okay. So like redesigns?
Yeah. A unified belt.
Okay.
Which means if we're going to get that, we're probably going to get a unified WWE Championship soon.
That would be a good thing.
Yeah. And so there's a few designs flying around. A lot of them have not looked good. In my personal opinion, the design of the belt, the front plate design, looks great. I don't want that to change.
The current.
Yes, that just looks so good. And the strap, the design of the strap itself, a thicker strap. I like thick straps.
Yeah, the perfectly round shape.
Yes, because that's one of my favorite titles. I have the Raw Tag Team Championship right here next to me. And that is by far one of my favorite little designs, and it just feels great over the shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of the design too, man. I like it.
Yeah, if they're going to change the design, maybe change a strap design, maybe change the color of a strap design, change the color of the front plate, maybe add a few designs to the front plate. Like, maybe instead of, like, the whole Spartan-like haircut or Roman-like thing of the helmet, maybe it's more of a, I don't know. Just keep more of that round shape and that design of the strap.
Yeah, I kind of like the Spartans on the plate, the front plate.
That's been on there for a long time.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah. So, I believe that's all the news that we have. I was told that there were some figure talk about.
Yeah. There's been I guess there's been some new figure stuff coming down the pipes.
Yeah. I'm going to look up the website now. That way I can look at some of the figures.
Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, wow. They did come out with a lot of stuff. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff that they added. This is making me want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like prices are going up.
Yeah, I can see why. Definitely see why. Man. The only one I'm not excited for is that Austin Theory figure.
You will be.
I do believe, though, that we have a guest star coming in just to talk about figures with us, don't we?
Yeah, I think our fig guy is on his way. He's trying to pull up. I grabbed something new. Pre-order. It won't be here until I guess summer of 2023. See if I can show that off real quick. Pretty stoked about it. Let's see.
I think our guest is here.
Pull up this tab right here.
Let me add it to the stream real quick. That way we can see what we're looking at.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this is Series 2 from Zombie Sailors Toys. It's a new company, new to me. The figures are made to be like the old school Hasbro figures. And I only picked up one of them. I'm pretty sure you can guess which one.
I'm guessing it was the Nick Gage or the Raven.
Yeah, definitely the Raven. I'm not a Nick Gage fan.
I'm not either, but there's no figures of Nick Gage ever.
But this, that I'm a huge fan. So saw this and I had to hop on it, man. I couldn't pass this up. So
yeah, that does look pretty good.
Got that. Yeah, it's soft goods jacket. So the jacket is removable, and it's a soft jacket, which I'm a fan of. I don't really like the hard rubber. I know you yourself, you're a box collector, so it probably doesn't matter as much to you either way. But yeah, that's a good looking figure. I'm pretty stoked about it, and I think even you being a box collector will admit that that's a pretty nice card back there. That would look really nice hanging on your wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yep. So yeah, that's those are sold out though. So if you didn't get your hands on that pre-order, it's going to be pretty hard to get.
What a shame. Don't get that on my wall with all my boxes and not letting it breathe air.
You're suffocating.
Oh. Gotta love that lack of oxygen. Yeah, I believe we do have a guest that's in the back. Do you want to bring him out? Or should I?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. Introducing our first guest on this podcast. Other than us two, you thought we were terrible? Just wait. It's going to get a lot worse with 3. Here he is.
What's up?
Hey, John. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
This is John Stripling, Figurehead Toys.
Yeah. Go ahead and go ahead and get a shameless plug in there, man. Plug your stuff.
Nah, I'm good, man. Just Instagram, Figurehead Toys, and I have a YouTube's Figurehead Toys as well.
Yeah. And a mighty awesome figure collection that you've got in the background there.
Yeah, had to show that off.
Yeah, we'll probably need to get you on one episode just to go through your collection and let you show that off.
Yeah, I'd love to show all the wrestling. It's behind me.
Yeah, it's a pretty impressive collection.
Yeah, it puts us to shame.
Oh, by far.
I definitely want to show. Ari's never seen it, so.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen tidbits.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll make that happen in the future. Yeah, comment if you wanna see the Figurehead Toys wrestling collection, and we'll do an episode and go through that and give it the time and attention it deserves.
Daniel Bryan.
Yes, sir. Got Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, and Sabu.
Okay.
So,
I was wondering what that one was.
yeah. So yeah, man. Got some figure news. I guess we'll pull these up. I've got a tab going. Big Bubba, if you want to share that tab, and we'll just kind of let John give us the rundound. Talk about what
John takes over the podcast, and I'll just
eat some peanut butter.
Small. Okay, so first up, this is AEW Unrivaled 11, and this is up on ringsidecollectibles.com for pre-order right now. Actually, not pre-order. This is available for order, so you can order it.
Okay. So this one's already out. This is Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford, yep.
Cool.
Yeah, there should be Ari. There should be some other pictures too of her outside that box. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the unbox. We gotta show off the box for Ari and the people like him who collect boxes.
Right.
But yeah, this is what she looks like when you let her breathe.
Yeah, man. Exactly what Ari needs to do.
I don't think it'll ever happen, but if it does happen, we're gonna have to film it.
I can count so many ways to misinterpret that. To let her breathe.
Yeah.
Does that zoom in any?
Gotta open her box.
That's hilarious. Yeah, here's for the glasses.
Yeah. So I'm guessing those are removable, right?
Oh yeah, the glasses are removable.
Cool.
Jacket,
Yeah,
plastic.
Hey, wait a minute. This ain't that kind of show.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably pick up that figure. I like Penelope Ford, so.
Okay, yeah, this is the head without the glasses.
Yeah.
So, cool.
It's a very smooth head at the top.
Yeah. Here's Mitch's favorite wrestler.
I don't like the guy. I don't hate him as much as I hate Orange Cassidy and some of these other fools.
Wait.
But,
Hold on. You don't like Adam Cole?
I hate Adam Cole.
Do you not like Adam Cole the person or the wrestler?
I don't know much about Adam Cole the person, other than he's kind of a nerd who plays video games. But Adam Cole the wrestler does not do anything for me. Vanilla Midget doesn't. He's a wrestling fan who worked his way into a job somehow. I don't know.
I mean, he's great. He's athletic. He cuts great promos.
Am I gonna have? Do I need to like find some pictures of this guy's physique?
Oh, I would agree with that physique.
Okay, wait. WWE physique or AEW physique?
Both. Neither excite, man.
I get it. He's a little skinny.
He's. I mean, have you seen those biceps? There's nothing going on there.
Yeah,
I think
he's very. I wouldn't say he's short. He's like 6 foot, maybe 6'1".
He's. It's not so much a height thing. It's a body mass and tone. He's not there, man. And I don't know. He's a knee slapper, a thigh slapper.
He fits AEW mold though with that knee slapping.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. So I would.
I think you can click to the next picture on the side. Maybe is that possible? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really working.
Okay, weird.
Yeah, it's not. There we go.
You just had to minimize.
There we go. So yeah.
So this is his first figure. I think the head scan leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. I would compare it to one I have, but I don't have any Undisputed Era figures.
I have one of the Mattel Elites, and it's definitely doesn't really hold up.
Yeah. The Elites these days for WWE just look way better, just facial scan wise. And
yeah, for sure. That's one thing Jazzwares hasn't quite got down yet.
Yeah.
Cool jacket, though. Glad they added the jacket as an accessory.
Yeah, it does look really good.
All right, looks like we got Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford's husband.
Probably one of the lackluster talents of AEW right now.
He's never really impressed me much. I will say the box over his head
reminds me of Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think for the amount of time that he was sitting ringside with a box over his head, it got to a point where it was a little intriguing. Um, and I still find it very interesting. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that meeting where whoever pitched that idea, you know, you got a bunch of guys sitting around a multi-million-dollar company. And I don't know if Kip Saban is the one who threw out the idea for the box over the head, but I would just love to have been in the room when whoever came up with that presented that idea. It's like we're going to go on national television, and your gimmick is going to be you're going to wear a box over your head.
See, I see it differently. I think Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford should be where Ty Conti and Sammy Guevara should be on the card.
Oh, I would agree with that.
That's a good one. That's a good opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I would much rather see those two in that spot.
Let's be honest, we'd see just about anyone else other than Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara.
Well, she's Ty Mello now, guys. Gotta respect the name change. If I get called out for Daniel Bryan, you're gonna get called out for Ty Mello. But yeah, no, Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara should hit the bricks, man. Not a fan of either of those, so I would agree with that sentiment, John.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this looks like a pretty good figure. Of course, this is before he started wearing the box on his head. This is his initial AEW run gimmick.
Super bad.
Here. Right.
Basically, the gimmick he didn't get to finish since he got hurt.
Yeah. Just some other looks at the figure. Out of the box, letting him breathe.
Yes, interesting. He's got the sleeve on one arm and then not on the other, which is, I mean, the way it is. But at least in this case, with these plastic figures, you can actually pose one arm.
Yeah, you got posability for one arm there. Looks pretty cool though. Looks pretty good.
Pretty decent figure.
Yeah.
Good, pretty good head scan, I'd say, on him as well.
Yeah, it's one of the better head scans.
All right, we got Jungle Boy, second release. Well, despite the ringside, it'd be third.
Right. So I've got a question for both of you. When does Jungle Boy become Jungle Man?
When does he ever use that face?
Well, and that head scan is terrible when he zooms in on it. Check this out. This is a bad head scan. Specifically that screaming head.
Yeah, it looks like a younger version of He-Man without the sword.
Yeah,
the whole animated series where He-Man, if he doesn't have the sword, he's like a barbarian.
it's Prince Adam.
Yeah, it looks like that if he's 12.
Mitch, I have an answer. Whenever he consummates on the night of him and Anna Jay's wedding.
Okay, that's a good answer.
If he makes it that far. He is just a little Jungle Boy.
Well, Anna Jay, hurry up and make him a Jungle Man.
God.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad figure, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Definitely keep the other ones over that one for sure.
No, I don't own a Jungle Boy figure. I'm not really big on him.
I do. I own Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus figures.
I sold him. They just weren't pushing him well enough for me to buy in.
What is that body?
That's an Adam Cole body.
Oh,
That's a Marco Stunt body.
yeah, it's pretty bad. I'd say this is the worst figure in this wave. Well, we'll see. We gotta see the others first.
I mean, I hope they put the Adam Cole figure on that same butt, that same body, because
it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fit for Adam Cole too.
Hey, Mitch, I will say this: Adam Cole's physique got worse from WWE to AEW too. I think because of working less, for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, more about WWE, about the whole thing about pushing people too hard to work out. They made Gunther go from like big fat dude to very physical, strong guy.
Yeah.
Which he looks great. Everyone that goes to WWE ends out looking great as long as they put work into it.
Yeah. Adam Cole seems to be more interested in playing video games than hitting the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Which he's on the shelf now, so it's going to show if you don't start working out.
Then he'll really be Chugs.
All right, let's see who's next.
What's next?
Oh, Chris Jericho in the prison attire from that match they had with Pinnacle.
Oh,
5-on-5.
And the blood and guts.
Yeah. So I'm a big Jericho fan. That's no secret, but not a fan of this figure.
Yeah. Was this blood and guts, or was this the next match inside the arena?
I don't
know. I think it'd be blood and guts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even sure when that's from. It's just not appealing to me. I'll be passing on that one.
What's that head looking like? Yeah. Seems like they keep using the same head. They've used that one about once.
Yeah, I think there's better. They've done better jobs with the head scan.
Yep. Hard pass.
Yeah. I have Wave 1 Jericho. That's really all I need from AEW. Other than Painmaker, I'd like to get the Painmaker Jericho.
And this is Darby where he donned the Sting paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the Sting version. I have the Sting version of that.
So it's interesting that they didn't use the same picture for the box, but I will point out, I don't know if you guys remember this. Look at these gloves Darby Allin was rocking for a little while.
Huh.
So black gloves with red fingernails, like of course I think that's a ridiculous look, but I just imagine Darby Allin, sitting backstage in the boiler room area, because he doesn't change with the boys in the locker. He goes to the boiler room. He's a weirdo. But yeah, I just imagine him in that face paint, shirtless, sitting back in the boiler room, painting the nails on his black glove.
It looks like something Scarlett would do.
Yeah. It's a weird choice, man.
Or Scarlett's a girl.
Yeah, works better for Scarlett. Darby not so much. But yeah, I would probably not really a fan of this figure. The face looks kind of bad.
No.
Yeah, at this point with some of those characters, it's just kind of about first times in the line.
Yeah. Which I guess this is Darby's second figure, right?
Yeah, so we've got the chase here too. I think it's a 1 of 5,000, maybe.
I think I have a Darby figure. Yeah, I have a Darby figure. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's all for that batch. Let's see what we got next.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think about Quincy Elliott?
I was basically about to say that Quincy Elliott was in the back with Darby. painting his nails, but I didn't know if that was.
That would have been acceptable. That would have been acceptable.
Yeah.
Darby on his skateboard.
That makes sense.
With on his Walmart scooter.
Yeah, both painting their nails, and Sammy Guevara in his full gear attire dancing in the background to Lil Nas X.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins shows up in women's lingerie.
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Yeah,
it went too far. Too far.
And so yeah, I'm gonna have some weird dreams tonight.
I think we need to make wrestling masculine again.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to bring back the Macho Men.
Bring back the guy in the Speedos.
Yes, guys in Speedos.
Surprising, a lot less gay than the guys in the makeup. What was the wrestling again?
What are we even talking about? What are we doing
What
with
was
our
this
life?
bit we were doing?
Yeah. So yeah, moving on to more figures before we get ourselves in trouble.
Ooh, Uso figures.
All right, so these are all over the place because they just got released the other day, but I pretty much know what waves they're in. So we got the Bloodline. They jumped on those pretty quick.
Those look pretty good.
Yeah.
My complaint is the hats. WWE and AEW both seem to struggle with hats. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think with AEW and WWE being more open to giving us different head scans so that we can, pop the heads off and put on new heads.
Yeah.
I think the solution, the best solution that I can come up with is giving us an extra head that has the hat molded onto the head.
Yeah.
Because the removable hats just really don't work, man. They look really goofy. The hat sits awkwardly on the top of the head. It doesn't really have a realistic, kind of look to it. It just looks silly. So
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I would like to see them, just like this figure right here, give us an alternate head that has the hat molded onto the head. It doesn't need to be removable, especially if you're giving us two heads. Just give us one where it's molded on there.
Yeah, I mean, no one likes things that have a hat that's either too big or too small to fit on someone's head. I mean, like,
yeah, I think
that's just ridiculous. Who likes those?
Mm-hmm. So did a weird thing here. One is going to be in a SummerSlam Mr. Perfect Build-A-Figure wave, and the other is going to be in Elite 99. Not sure which one's going to be in which yet, but so they're split up.
So they're not coming out in the same wave.
Not the same wave, but the same time frame. SummerSlam will drop right around the same time Elite 99 does.
Yeah, that's interesting that they're not part of the same wave though.
Right. Yeah, I think they look pretty good, minus those few details.
Yeah, I'd say that's really my only complaint. Everything else looks pretty good.
I've seen a couple guys say they would want to put the shoes red, kind of maybe do something with those, do a custom.
Yeah, make it look like the Bloodline shoes that they have on now.
Exactly. That's really the only misstep. Okay, so this, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Ultimate Edition, the one that had the Rock in it, and he was really hard to find, super expensive figure. So they're re-releasing the Rock down the pipeline. And what they're doing is that same wave that had Batista and Macho Man which aren't in like a number way. It's not 16 or 17. It's just by itself. They're going to do this with this figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a ultimate.
Ultimate, yep. He was in Ultimate maybe 4 or 5, and they didn't hit. It was like a $200 figure, and so they're going to just do this as a exclusive, kind of get it back out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Probably won't pick it up. I've got my one good rock figure, and I think I'm pretty good on that. But this one looks pretty good.
Yeah, just like Undertaker figures, I'm pretty good on rock figures.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a good looking figure. So anybody that missed out, probably be a good opportunity to pick up that one.
You don't have to pay $200 anymore.
Right.
Ooh.
So these are ringside exclusives.
Yeah, it looks like 2-packs, right?
So it's two 2-packs, but they all come in the same box.
Okay. So 2-packs come in the same box. So you're getting all 4 together in a set.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're familiar with the Ultimate Edition, Rick Rude and Jake Snake, they're in the same box, but they're separate cards. These are 2-packs in the same card in a box.
So that's an X-pack, 2-pack.
Yeah. And they're ringside exclusive. It's the only way to get them is ringside.
Yeah.
I think I just found my Christmas present for myself.
Yeah. They look pretty good.
These look good. I would take these out of the box and display them.
That sounds like you should.
Yeah, make me proud.
The only thing that I'm really against is 6 having his legs really close together, because those are hard to position.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually it's a throwback to the old school Hasbro's. A lot of the figures had the same kind of they would use the same mold for multiple figures.
Right.
So this one in particular is based on a mold. They made a Ultimate Warrior, I think, a Macho Man, a Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, all with that same mold.
I was going to say, my dad has the mold of the Macho Man.
Yeah, so it's a spring action. So he's got a little notch on his back, and you can push him down, and his legs will go up into the torso. Yeah, and then you let go, and he'll jump. So that's the function there.
I got some of those.
Yeah. So I don't really have much trouble standing those. Mine stand pretty well. So so yeah, I think we got some other shots of these. Yeah, so there's all 4 again.
Is that a ring?
There's the box right there. Pretty cool.
That's a nice looking box.
Yeah, it is.
Is that the ring?
So are they re-releasing the ring, or is that just
not announced? But when they do that, that's a tease. We are going to get it. So
awesome.
Yes.
I will definitely be picking those up for sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, there's the box. Looks good.
Box looks great. It'd be a good poster too.
Yep. So Hogan and 6 coming together. And then of course the Outsiders.
National.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty dope.
A long time ago, I did a Scott Hall impression for like a youth group.
Yeah.
I look back, I'm like, it's either cringy or laughable, but I'm proud of it because I liked doing it.
I mean, did anyone know what you were doing?
Yeah, a few people did.
Okay. That's
I have to find the video.
Yeah, we'll have to find that, man, and get it uploaded. I'd like to see that and share that.
Because I even botched my own video. there was a part in it where it wasn't supposed to happen, but we just kept rolling with it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. So this is Legends 18. They're up for pre-order on Ringside, but also they'll be hitting Target. So we got Fatu and Samu. And I believe, so this is the chase. So for the first time ever, they're doing double chases for the Legends Wave. It's usually just one. And this is the chase versions of these two.
Oh.
Over Kishi to the left there. Or is it to the right?
Rikishi looks more the one to the left.
Yeah. So the head shrinkers.
Yep.
That was their name?
Yeah. So, throwback. So here is the actual ones in the actual wave that aren't chased. This is what they look like.
Yeah. So these will probably be the ones that we come across.
Yeah. Late 80s, early 90s, Ari.
Are you not familiar with the head shrinkers, Ari? Come on, man. Come on.
I grazed through the 90s. I went quickly over until I hit Stone Cold. That's when I started paying attention.
Yeah, the head shrinkers I think were a little more like late 80s, very early 90s.
Very early 90s. Yeah, very like 90, 91.
Yeah, they were a great tag team, man. Had some good matches with like Legion of Doom, the Rockers, Demolition, Heart Foundation, like that era.
Yeah. So first we're getting two figures and two chases.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They look good. I probably won't be picking those up because I don't really have the room for them. But
yeah, I didn't watch quite enough to do it. All right, so this is Ultimate Edition 16. It's up on Ringside right now for pre-order, and so the Scott Hall in the purple right there, they're actually going to make it the chase. So likewise, this is the first time we're getting a chase in Ultimate Edition. So we'll get two Scotts here, or two Razors, excuse me.
Why are they making the purple a chase?
Because we've had it as an elite before, and in reality, the other attire is the most popular during the time Razor was the guy, was the
yeah. So yeah, for me, the yellow and red is the more desirable figure there. That's what I would rather have. So I'm pretty glad that that's not the chase, because the chase is going to be hard to find. So that yellow and red will be probably what we come across, and that's what I want. I like the attire. That's more of my Razor Ramon attire. I also like the head scan that they went with the yellow and red. It's a bit different than the other two. I have a Razor and a Scott Hall, and both of those figures have the same kind of head scan that they went with for the purple for the chase.
Yeah.
So I don't really need another one of those, but the
keep in mind get three heads with this too, so probably have all of them.
I wonder if it would have been too hard for them. You talked about the whole hat on the head scan,
right?
For Razor Ramon or Scott Hall to have like the toothpick in the mouth scan.
Yeah, well, I think they've done that before, haven't they, John? Haven't they put out a Razor with the toothpick?
Yeah, Mitch, there's one on your shelf, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think the Razor Ramon that I have now, he has the toothpick.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I'm sure they put a toothpick in his mouth on one of the head scans in this Ultimate.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna, if they're Ultimates, there's gonna be multiple head scans. I'm sure they'll do one with the toothpick.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like Mitch said, the purple, we have it in elite form, so trying to get this figure is what you need to do the most, and then you could always go back and just get the other purple if you don't find the chase.
I like he's got the Aircon title with him too. So
yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely be picking up that yellow red.
Yeah, I'm on board for that too. There's the backs.
Pictures, yeah. All right, so so these are the Ultimate Editions, and they're going to be ringside exclusive, unfortunately. But like I said before, to be two carded figures, and then they'll be put into a particular box. And they just did this with Hogan and Funk, Terry Funk recently.
See, I'm a little familiar with these two.
Man, that Rick Rude head scan is killing it.
That's awesome.
Jake doesn't look exactly too much better than the Elite you get in a regular wave, but we've never gotten that Rick head scan. That thing is sick.
Yeah, this I have one Rick Rude figure, and I think this one here would definitely be a good replacement for that. It being a ringside exclusive, though, I don't know if I'm gonna pull the trigger on that. I might have to wait for a standard release down the line.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I wish the lower body was him with the Intercontinental title thing where he had against Ultimate Warrior in the steel cage match. I wish that was his tights.
The tights, yeah. Good looking figure there. The Jake,
Damien has a bendy wire, Mitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's I now you've caught my attention. I might have to, try to see if I can get my hands on that, and maybe somebody that doesn't want the snake and sells it separately, or I might just have to break down and order that and then flip the Jake figure itself. I've got several Jakes. I'm a big Jake fan, but I really don't need another one. But that snake with the bendy wire, that's now you're talking my language.
For sure.
I will say that you are rocking a good Rick Rude stash right now.
Yeah, I think makes me feel pretty ravishing, So
just got to grow the mullet out, bro. Outside the mask.
Yeah, I could probably swing the mullet. I'm balding, so I wouldn't be able to really fill it out on top. So it would end up being a Rick Rude mustache with a Hulk Hogan haircut.
Yeah.
That's cursed. I just thought of that in my head. I'm like, man, that's bad.
Yeah, not a good look. And enjoy the hair while you've got it, fellas.
I've got a widow's peak, but that's about it.
Okay. I'm going mine out. So if I lose it, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
All right, so AJ Styles, this is Ultimate Edition 16 with Razor, and this is it. Actually, I saw a listing the other day, and someone leaked it that there may be two AJs too. Now that's not confirmed, but anyway, he's Ultimate Edition 16 with Razor, and it's a pretty good figure.
Okay, well, being that that's an Ultimate Edition, I'm hoping they give us some different head scans with a little bit more expression.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not I mean, it's a good head scan, but I'm not really crazy about the expressionless, kind of face.
Yeah, we'll get. So you got a cloth shirt right there, and you do have plastic vest, but when I think I took a picture of it, you'll see in a sec. But the hood is actually cloth as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I like my soft goods, so yeah, that's a good call on their part. And I can deal with the rubber, the stiff vest, because it doesn't hinder, posability for real. So
probably keeps that cloth at bay a little bit too.
Yeah.
Kind of a perfect mix.
That stare.
Yeah, we'll have 3. So there's that cloth.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks good.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is the prototype for the Mattel Creations Cody.
Yeah, I was going to say this is obviously a prototype because it's
Prototype, yeah.
not painted.
Yeah, so this is due, I think, early 2023. There was a small window to order it. I did, and so yeah, pretty cool.
Looks hella lot better than the AEW Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I do like so that if you look at the material of his jacket, there's some more shots where you'll see the back. It's not cloth, but it's also not plastic. It's kind of in between, where it's like almost like a flimsy plastic.
It looks like it's like a vinyl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
So it's gonna be sick. And he is coming in Elite 99 or 101 too, and we'll get a chance in the regular wave to pick this up too for people.
Mine too. One in Let Breathe and one in the box.
There you go.
Yeah,
I did
man.
the same with the Fiend. I would do
Yeah,
the same.
This is definitely that jacket's killer, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not going to be $42 like the Supreme that's sitting at Walmart right now.
Yeah. Looks like we got another prototype here.
Prototype Seth Rollins, so Ultimate Edition 17.
You said Seth Rollins? That didn't look like Seth Rollins.
Yes, this will be Ultimate Edition 17. This is just a prototype, and from what I hear, you know that attire that he has right now that's kind of colorful, that like kind of looks like rainbow. Like it's black, but it's got like pink stripe, green stripe on the side. Mm-hmm. I hear it may be that those pants, but I don't know specifically what they're going to do here. But obviously, he'll come with 3 heads, and that's really all we know so far. Is that'll be 17.
Okay.
So not too much information on him. They better knock it out of the park though. It's Seth, and we need a few different options there. So, okay, Andre, this is 17 as well, and it will be the black singlet. So as you can see, it does not look like a black singlet right now, but I'm pretty stoked on this one because I have a basic of this. But
I have what was it? I've got the WrestleMania ring one that Macho Man also had.
I had it. That's the one I have. Yep.
And I think I also have a basic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my Andre is the 4-pack that came with Bobby Heenan.
Yeah,
the Heenan family 4-pack.
Yeah. So yeah, not too much on this one yet, but this is the wave after AJ and Razor. So Seth and Andre.
What they should do is like the Princess Bride did. Oh, that's a sick figure. I was waiting on that.
So yeah, Mr. America.
Mr. America. But like they did with the Princess Bride and how Andre the Giant's physique is like so much bigger than all the other figures. I feel like they should do that with their wrestling giants like Omos or Andre the Giant or even Giant Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is 99, and yeah, they're shelling out a bunch of Hogans as you see. But yeah, pretty cool. He's got an alternate head scan. You'll see in a sec.
I think we talked about this once, Mitch. Like, you're like, yeah, there's probably not going to be a Mr. America figure.
Yeah, I mean they seem to be going hard on Hogan right now.
They are. Even deeper in a minute when you see some other ones. Now his other head scan, he's got the mask pulled up halfway, and he's shushing the crowd. Apparently, that's what he used to do. You know, kind of breaking kayfabe in a sense at ringside on house shows and different things like that.
Yeah. Kind of letting people in that it was actually him under the mask, even though everybody knew.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now, if I don't know if you guys can tell this, but you're going to see the Hogans and the array of Hogans, and you're going to see that some of the figures have the correct hot dog tan on it, and some of the figures like pale. So they're not. There's no reason in the world why they should be giving us a different like color Hogan, but they just accidentally do, and with no response on why.
Like this one's a normal tan.
Yeah. So that's one thing they keep kind of screwing up on Hogan.
Yeah, it's
And his
definitely
body mass too. It's like size of his body.
it's definitely a bit lighter skin tone than the other Hogans I have. Look at those boots though, man. Those are nice. That's some serious attention to detail. I like that.
That's great detail.
Man, I need to get me a pair of those.
Yeah.
Just wear those all the time, man.
Yeah, rock those red boots to Christmas.
If only we could wear wrestling boots with stuff like that on the regular.
It's nothing stopping us, man.
Okay, so this is Kevin Owens. I think the Elite 99 as well. And, obviously, it's Stone Cold Kevin Owens.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I got one of the biggest laughs out of that. I was like, there's no way they're doing that.
You've got to appreciate the detail right at the top there. You tell like it looks like he's put like a wig on. So that's pretty.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
a skull cap.
Didn't make up it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty silly, man. I'm surprised they actually made that.
Well, it is a 2-in-1. They give a regular head scan as well, so you can pull the Austin shirt off, take off the Stone Cold head, and just go with a Kevin Owens.
That's good.
I feel like that should have been
So this man, the detail in the chest and kind of what he looked like before he got hurt. That's like exactly detailed to the way his physique looked. So I thought that was pretty impressive. But this is going to be in the actual wave. This is the Elite 101 wave.
Again, much better than the AEW ones.
Oh, for sure on this one.
Yeah, I like that.
I just wish they pulled apart like the AEW figures because those are great for customizing.
Yeah. I don't know if do you have any loose AEW figures, Ari?
No, I've been looking for some. I've been looking to get some.
You just need to open them up, bro. Open Brandy.
I'm not opening any of the first wave.
I'm starting a hashtag campaign Open Brandy on every one of y'all's videos moving forward.
I'm not opening. Do you know how hard it was to get that?
Oh yeah. Brandy was pretty scarce. So yeah, the AEW figures, in case you didn't know, the torsos, the waist, all of that snaps apart pretty easily. So you can mix and match and interchange, which I think is a pretty cool feature, especially if you have multiple Codys, multiple, the same character, and you want to kind of switch up attires and kind of mix match different figures. It's a pretty cool feature, man.
It is cool. It's the best part of the Jazzwares figure, in my opinion, because you can just switch it all up.
Yeah, I dig that.
Yeah, that face scan looks good too.
Yep. It's the back with the Nightmare belt.
Mm-hmm.
And another Rock.
Yeah, so, okay, this is Elite 100, the all-famous 100. So, and I was wrong earlier. Mr. America's in 100.
Okay.
So with that in 100. But, yeah, so this is just a normal Rock.
Yeah, he's got the custom Rock championship belt.
Yeah, that's a cool feature. Yeah.
If I was to get this, I'd only get for the belt.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we were just talking about custom belts. So That's it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see.
That head scan is the one in the Ultimate Edition wave too, so it's a pretty good head scan.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you watched the Rock TV show?
I haven't.
No, I haven't either. I've thought about it a few times, but I just haven't had the time. But it looks pretty interesting. Some of the things that they have done with the show that I've seen look pretty interesting. Some of the old wrestling moments, and some of the other wrestlers that they've kind of featured on the show.
The guy that does Iron Sheik is great, though.
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've done a good job with casting so far for those type of roles.
Yeah. So okay, we got WC. This was Series 100 as well. Rey Mysterio, obviously WCW, and Cruiserweight Championship there too. Now I'm not a big Rey guy, but I mean, if I picked up a Rey, it would be WCW version.
I just thought of something for Rey Mysterio and the whole Hollywood favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio in one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies played as Freddy Krueger.
What?
Yes, Rey Mysterio in like jumping scenes and like all these other things. He was like a stunt double or something for Freddy Krueger.
Are you making that up?
No, I'm not. You can search it.
That seems too weird to be true.
No, he was Freddy Krueger. Maybe not facially or talking, but for some of his scenes, he was Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that before I take your word on it.
Yeah, send me confirmation too. But anyway, that Rey, it entices me, WCW, but championship's cool.
Yeah, is that Cruiserweight?
Yeah.
Did he beat Eddie Guerrero to get the Cruiserweight title at Halloween Havoc?
He had multiple reigns, so probably beat Malenko, Jericho, or Eddie a couple different times. They beat up on each other.
Yeah.
Cena, this is Series 100 as well, and standard Cena, same thing we've seen 18,000 times.
Yeah.
Again, the only reason I get that is maybe for the chain and for the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the cool feature.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Series 100 as well, and really weird that for Series 100 they went with something like this, but very cool. So stunning Steve Austin in a robe. Very exciting.
I will get that for that figure and the belt.
Yeah.
Yo,
what belt is that? It's a tag belt, right?
Maybe it's a WCW? That's when Stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah. I think it may be a WCW tag team belt from that era. Or it might be a TNT title from that era.
It's the television championship.
Wow. So first time we've got the TV title in elite form.
That might be WCW television title.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because Stunning Steve Austin was only in WCW.
So that's interesting.
That's definitely what it is. WCW Television Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. So first time we've got the TV title.
That's great.
Yeah, in elite Mattel form.
So it's a good head scan.
Yeah, for sure. The road, when you see the back of it too, is pretty cool. Hopefully it's not somewhere buried. We'll probably run again into it later.
Yeah, it's back to there. It is.
There it is.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. So ponytail too, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because Mitch, that other one that we got was short hair.
Right. Yeah, the Hollywood Blondes.
Yep. So this is Hollywood Blondes, but a tad earlier.
Yeah.
Just all of his hair is now gone to bald. I believe that's his choice, but I'm looking back, I'm like, man, I really don't want to go bald.
It's not a fun time.
It's not fun, he says.
Yeah. That's why I say enjoy your hair while you've got it. Let it grow, man. Have fun with it. But
So,
Okay.
so this is Sammy Guevara. I'm just kidding. So we don't know what elite wave this is. Some of these figures in this particular drop, we're just not sure yet. But this is so Sonya Deville coming down the line, and looks pretty good for her current. It's current. What
good.
She came to the ring ever.
Yeah. Good looking figure. Looks like her. I'm not really a fan, so whatever.
Neither am I.
I think her in a suit probably would have been a tad more. She hardly wrestles, so.
Right.
But all right, so new Ricochet. We're not sure what series this is yet either.
I've got the title.
Looks
I've
like
got a better looking figure than that too. Wait, hold on.
looks like they went with the same head scan.
Yeah. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of anything new there.
Yeah.
Actually, I put the title on this Ricochet. This attire looks amazing.
Yeah, obviously we don't know if they'll give us a cloth shirt or just one of his like vest or whatever. But
I like the wing stuff. I like the wing vest that he has.
Yeah, for sure. So this is back to Series 100. We get 2 Andres in Series 100, and this is one, and then one will be the Chase.
So yeah, this is just plain clothes.
Yeah, a way to this is a new Andre mold. So in a business-like sense, they're trying to find a way to get the most out of their mold. So why not out the couple Andres to make some money off that? But
yeah, I do wish the body looks a little small. I do wish it was a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Is this the attire and the mold of what he's using when he's like having an interview of him and Hulk Hogan?
Before.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit. This was just his reigns back then that involved many of people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely from an interview promo segment that he did. I don't know what the particular program was, but
right. It could have even been late 80s on this attire with Heenan. I can imagine Heenan right beside him when this happened.
Yeah. I think I see a Hogan. I think I see a hot dog arm in the lift.
Okay, so this is the Chase.
Yeah, I like this one better.
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very Miami Vice.
Yeah. All right. So
yes.
So yeah. So
yes.
This is a bit of a 2-in-1 figure you'll see in a sec, but Knoxville's Elite 99.
I'm actually I think I might be on board with this.
Mitch, it gets better. Just wait. Just wait. You don't even
have a chase.
Just
no chase, but you'll see. Just get ready.
Really, just to like have a Jackass action figure,
Oh, for sure. Sure.
I think that
Knoxville is gonna flip. I think he's already flipped. I think he's flipped out of a minecart, rolling down with some dynamite while looking at this.
And you can customize. Put him in some kind of different. Look at that. It's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Gets even better.
How can it get better?
You'll see. They nailed it on this, though. It comes with a rat trap. It comes with a big trap. Okay?
You were right.
So Sami Zayn is in Elite 99 too, and you can see his prototype right there. So the Sami will go with the Knoxville, and you'll get the rat trap with Knoxville. Pretty dope.
These are coming out of the box.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
A new Zayn mold. That's hopefully not too tall because the other Zayn that I have in the camo attire, it is too tall. So from what I hear, they fixed that mold.
Looks good.
Yeah, for sure. Super sick.
It'd also be fun if they had like that, the hand thing.
Oh,
The
the
little
back.
hand.
We get the back of Becky first. This is Elite 100 as well, finishing 100 up. And
Oh,
now,
Becky looks great.
dang,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where the front of Becky is, but
we'll find her.
this is a Bischoff.
That's Bischoff's alternate head from where he did the wedding in the Ruthless Aggression era. So this is Ruthless Aggression Series 2. And hopefully we'll see the other. There we go. So, yeah, that's what it'll look like. And then you get the alternate head. And I think we've seen Ruthless Aggression 1. And when we haven't seen it in Auburn, but this is 2. So,
Go.
I'm all in for that figure, by the way. All right, so here we go. Desert Storm Hogan.
I was going to say.
With the hot dog color. And it looks, if you see that chest, it looks like it's going to be an Ultimate Edition, but we didn't get any announcements on what or when this figure hits.
Right.
Give me a Suburban Commando, Hogan.
Dude, we could make a Suburban Commando out of this one. I would be super in.
I thought of it right now. I was like, man, it'd be awesome if they did a Suburban Commando, like Hollywood line.
Yeah. So I watched Suburban Commando probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. First time since watching it since being a kid.
Uh-huh.
That movie is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
So bad.
Okay.
I used to love it when I was a kid. I don't see how it was bad.
You still
I think there's like a meme that comes from it, like I was frozen today.
So Elite 101, I'm all in on this one. We don't get enough Dolphs, super underrated, and yeah, I'm sure it'll come with a cloth shirt, a vest, whatever. We're not sure yet, but definitely.
It's a good looking figure. I like the attire too.
They also changed up his chest mold from last time. It's a lot more accurate.
Dig it.
Yeah, for sure.
Got the back of a Mr. Perfect. Hopefully we got the front coming up.
Hopefully the front's there.
Oh, nope.
Okay.
Got Zeus.
Yeah, so this is the SummerSlam wave I talked about with Uso, with one of the Usos. Zeus is going to be in this wave too. So this is Zeus.
Yeah, man. No holds barred. Much better than Suburban Commando.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
you've never seen No Holds Barred?
No Holds Barred.
You've got me stifled. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a Hogan movie starring Hulk Hogan and Zeus. Man, that one's pretty good.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I have my parents have it like on VHS or something.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that one still holds up pretty well, man. It's like I said, of those films that I've actually gone back and watched, that one's still pretty good.
Okay.
That might have been, if I'm not mistaken, I think No Holds Barred was probably the one that really kind of launched Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
In doing movies. So
okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, man, worth checking out for sure.
Okay, this is same wave, SummerSlam wave, but we get an Undertaker American Badass version.
Yeah.
Now for me, look, I wish that they would make him where he had the blue jacket. Y'all remember that?
The more of the was it denim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jean jacket.
Biker jacket. Yeah.
Yes. This guy. So that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they just don't ever make that, and so I'm not super into it.
I mean, it looks like they're going more the 2001 look.
Exactly. Yeah. So this Stone Cold's really weird. It's a ruthless aggression figure, so it's towards the end of his career. And also, when Jax made this back in the day, they claimed that this was Stone Cold's last figure. They actually promoted that figure like on the box as his last figure. But anyway, so yeah, standard Stone Cold, but at least you get the camo pants there, kind of different.
Looks like the 2004 WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't going to throw too many basics in here, but this was one, Gigi Dolan. Thought this was, first time in the line. I'd throw those in.
Yeah.
I'll be picking up Dolan. Big fan.
Yeah. The Priscilla Kelly.
Yeah. Head scan's not good. Figure's not good because basics aren't good. So.
But it's first time in the line.
Yeah, first time in the line.
I'm a Manny and Sonya first time, so.
Good placeholder until they do a better elite.
Yeah.
That's
hey.
That's not very accurate either.
No, they need the AEW mold.
Yeah. For sure. I don't know what's going on there. That's not good.
So
this one looks a bit better as far as the head scan.
Way better. And then Aaliyah looks pretty good.
I'm not a big Aaliyah fan.
I was about to say, not sure why she's on the roster. Not to be mean.
She's been there a while too. She's gotten a little bit better, but it's been slow, man. It's been slow progression.
Commander Aziz figure in the back?
Yeah, you'll see it. I put it up.
Whatever happened to him?
So this gimmick's over. So we're getting it a bit late, but yeah, Commander Aziz, big body mold.
I don't even know who this is.
He went by Dabakato. There was Commander Aziz.
Wasn't he with Apollo?
Yeah.
Yeah. When Apollo was doing his
Nigerian king.
Nigerian gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that, man. I kind of saw it for a minute because the gimmick was a little questionable, but
the gimmick debuted at WrestleMania 37 versus the Nigerian drum match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed out on that.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
He does the whole Iron Claw thing.
Okay, so this is Mr. Perfect Build-A-Figure, and he's part of the SummerSlam wave with Uso and Zeus. And
He's
then
got the whole neck.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I'm probably gonna pass on it, but just because building figures cost too much money. Still cool that we're getting something like that.
Yeah, I would maybe be into it if it was an actual release, but I'm not going to do the Build-A-Figure thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like you would say, Mitch, that we need a Mr. Perfect actual in the wave.
Yeah.
Like
a
wrestling.
My Mr. Perfect that I'm rocking is a Jax.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good Jax. It's one of the better Jax, but it's not an elite, man. I need them to give me some more Mr. Perfect elites.
For sure.
So that's it for that series. Let's see what we got. What we got next.
So we had two separate drops here. We had a drop that week before, Mitch. It was like, a couple elites, unrivaled, stuff like that. But then at Hulk Hogan's Beach Shop the other day, they did a whole thing and just dropped a bunch.
Okay.
At the beach shop?
At the beach shop, which I've been to, by the way. It was really cool.
I have two in Orlando.
Clearwater.
Yeah.
Clearwater one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I went to the Orlando one, across from the biggest McDonald's in the U.S.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I got my NWO shirts.
Nice. Yeah, that's where they did a bunch of figure reveals at his beach shop.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. So yeah, new tab right there with the Elite 99. If you want to pull that up and share that.
Yeah.
Looks like Got Zelina.
All right, Queen Zelina.
I'm already didn't like the gimmick.
Look, I love her, so I'll probably pick this up. Maybe we'll see.
She's
feel
great.
like they missed an opportunity not putting Charlotte Flair as queen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Zelina Vega's great. I'm not big on the king and queen gimmicks.
Yeah,
I am king. Love the king gimmick.
Oh, I'm picking up the new Xavier Woods in the White Ranger attire. I'm gonna drop all the king stuff, but I'm gonna pick him up in that attire.
I like his crown. I like Xavier Woods' king crown.
All right.
It reminds me of Coronation Starscream.
Ari, I'm about to gang up on you. Riddle is terrible. Literally cannot stand him.
Here we go.
Okay. So I really don't care to show this figure, but I guess we'll do it for the sake of actually showing the full lineups. But it's really moot point.
Well, I've made it clear that I'm not a riddle bro either.
I get it. I get it.
Dude, I watched something on Peacock, like a wrestling show, where they're like just showing history, and he was talking. He was high. Like, have respect for the business, man.
Yeah, he's seems to be pretty much always high.
Yeah,
like legit high. And I don't know. Didn't Rob Van Dam get suspended?
Thank you.
And punished for failing a drug test over pot.
Exactly. Many superstars got filled for that.
Yeah.
Many more than we even know.
Yeah, that's it's not cool, man. I think with Rob Van Dam, he was like about to go on a championship run.
Yeah.
And had that all taken away. So.
Meanwhile, Riddle gets to parade around in his sandals high all the time.
Yep.
I mean, one of the shirts does say 420 bro.
Yep.
The scooter was cool, or whatever you call that thing.
Yeah, it's a scooter.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool feature.
Pretty sure Quincy Elliott borrows it every time on Tuesday nights.
when his batteries die in his moped.
Yeah.
In his Walmart cart.
So Seth Rollins here. It's interesting. So it looks like that new material. Looks like the top's cloth.
Yeah.
Fuzzy. And
it looks like a combination of vinyl and cloth.
Exactly. Head scan is reused and like pretty much old news, so it's just kind of makes this figure a little lackluster, in my opinion.
What is with the belly hair? They put too much detail on it. It looks like a Batista tattoo.
Yeah, it looks a little dark.
Yeah, I think they kind of took a back seat with that one.
Can we agree that this is like one of the worst gimmicks that Corbin has had?
Okay, so I have an opinion on this. Sad Corbin, I'm here for all day. Happy Corbin, no. Sad Corbin was like awesome. Like,
yeah.
And they changed it too fast. He got happy quick.
Yeah. Bum ass Baron Corbin.
2-in-1 figure. Oh yeah, he sucks. 2-in-1 figure, by the way.
Yes.
And you get sad.
Thank you. I want that figure. I like the bum ass Baron Corbin.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll point out again that going bald really sucks. Pretty positive that Corbin would agree there. But yeah, that's I'm not a fan of Happy Corbin either, but I like the bum Corbin. So
yeah,
my favorite gimmick is of course the Lone Wolf, but a close second would have been King Corbin. I like King Corbin.
So this is a standard and a chase, and I'm here for it all day. I love Cowboy Brock. All day.
Yeah.
But this is the regular version in the wave. Super stoked. Also, I can make the Godwins, custom Godwins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, like you said, making a custom Godwin set would work pretty well with that.
Although with these molds, you have to wonder if they're right around the corner.
Yeah, I could see that being the case. You know, like you said earlier, getting the most bang for your buck, getting to reuse these molds. I think a Godwin set down the line, not too far from now, would probably be in their best interest. So
yeah. Sure.
And yeah, I don't know Ari or if you're familiar with the Godwins, but
you need to be
hog farmers from I don't know.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee hillbillies.
Yeah. If you remember Midian, he was Phineas.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the chase.
Yeah. So just a different color scheme on the outfit there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, they gave him the whole Smash Brothers work. They just changed the colors.
Yeah. Brock moves, so it's obviously a good business decision. Throw him in there. Okay,
Yeah.
so we get the Boogeyman as well, and
Boogeyman.
we actually get two of him too. We get Chase twice in the same wave. Obviously, there's your standard release.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I need a Boogeyman in the collection.
Yeah, he's really.
Is the chase? Yep, the chase is going to be different face paint. Yep.
Yep.
I was going to say the chase has to be different face paint.
I don't like it. The chase.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. I'm glad that's the chase because I like the other one better.
Right.
Yeah. I like the thing that you could put the worms in the mouth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, that's it for that. Let's see what this last wave looks like.
All right, so John, what's your opinion on Austin Theory?
Oh, I was going to come on and tell you that Austin Theory's all day. A-Town down.
That gimmick should die.
No, you're crazy. Look, Austin Theory is the future. No, he's the now. He's the now. All day.
Yep, I'm telling you, Brogdon, you'll come around. You'll get there.
Okay, so this is just showing Legends 18, but we actually had a few we didn't really get to look at Paulie dangerously. I don't think I meant for those other pictures to be in that other section, but it is what it is.
Yep.
There's
so we didn't. It's a pale Hogan. Yeah, and you can actually see this picture. You got two skin tones side by side.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's an uncooked wiener.
Yeah.
Right. And we have a barbecued hot dog wiener.
Yeah. So, okay, Legends 18, the Head Shrinkers, Fatu and Samu, Hogan, Bash the Beach Hogan, when he turned on WCW to join the NWO. So this is a pretty cool figure. And then to finish that wave off, we got Paulie Dangerously. Coming with the Zach Morris phone.
Yeah. I like this. I like this figure, man. I might have to add this to my ECW collection.
Oh, absolutely. You have to. I don't know if I put a picture of the packaging in it, but he's got an ECW hat. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. You can make old school, just Paulie Dangerously, or you could do, ECW. Just put a hat on, kind of dirty him up a bit.
So wait, this is the infamous Skinny Heyman, right?
Skinnier. I don't know if I'd say skinny, but before he really let himself go.
Before he became a bowling ball.
Right.
Ari, all day.
I have an Austin Theory figure too, but it was his Thunderdome era.
I don't have an Austin Theory figure.
This was his first time in the line Thunderdome era figure, where he had more of the sideburns.
Oh, yeah.
And the black attire.
Mm-hmm.
With the Thunderstrike, Thunders, and the all day. Yeah, and the Thunders, like from Hogan.
Yep.
See, you don't remember. Mitch doesn't remember him being on Raw in the Thunderdome.
I wasn't watching then.
Seth.
That was the only then and there. That was really the only enjoyable part of Theory was being in Raw Thunderdome era.
The Messiah. The Messiah era.
Yeah, the Messiah era, where he took in Theory and Murphy.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
I wish he did.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention much then.
Yeah. I guess that was it, Mitch.
Yeah, that's it, man. That wraps it up.
It was a lot.
Yeah, that's a nice nice bit of new figures coming out. There's a few in there I'll probably try to pick up. Majority I'll probably pass on, but
I still need to get my Ilya Dragunov from the toy bunker.
Yeah, man. You've been wanting that for a while. What you waiting on? Gotta get some De Niro.
Yeah, just a little bit more, like leftover cash. I could probably get now and not fret, but you know.
Holidays, man.
I know.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, I think that's gonna about wrap things up for us here. We're pushing 2.5 hours. So
this is officially the longest event. Yeah. This is the longest video we've done on this podcast.
Yeah.
Figure news wouldn't take this long if it weren't. They just massively dropped it, almost like it was a con. So.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you get one wave at a time, and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like a convention week or something like that with the amount that they released.
This replaced Ringside Fest, I think. I don't think they're going to have Ringside Fest, so they just went ahead and did this like kind of at Hogan's Beach Shop. So that's why.
Cool. Well, all right. I guess we'll bow out, man. You guys check out Figureheads Toys on Instagram. Toy Seller does some reviews. Got a YouTube channel. Check him out. Thanks for hanging out with us, man, and giving us the run through of these figures and rounding them all up so we could showcase them.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime, man. And like I said, show off a little bit of your collection.
I'll be down anytime. Y'all let me know.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure showing your entire collection will take longer than this video's already gone on.
Well, if we just do WWE, it's just kind of right behind me, so that's not too bad. If we did the whole room, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. The room itself would probably take several episodes. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll make that happen.
Cool.
Again, anybody that's watching this out there, find us, the Bad Brothers Babyface Breakdown on Instagram. Find our YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe. Leave a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Give us some feedback. I guess that's gonna do it for us. So, anything you guys wanna throw out there before we go?
I'm good.
Go, Brogdon.
Just the usual. Quincy Elliott sucks. Austin Theory's getting all right in my book.
Yeah.
And Pretty Deadly just doesn't need to be champions.
No. Well, all right. Yeah. Until next time, guys, you enjoy your week and be safe. Take care. This is Bush Dingo, the Luchador, signing off, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Big Bubba Brogdon and John, the figurehead stripling.